Hey everyone, thought I would share my pretty sweet 90s haul that I got at my LCS. But first, there is a prelude to that showcase. So the other day, I was putting some 10 yen coins into a vending machine to get a drink. And 10 yen coins are kind of like dimes. They're, 10 yen is kind of like 10 cents, basically. So I was putting 10 yen coins into the vending machine, and then I got to one coin and I put it in, and it kept dropping back down the chute. Like the machine wouldn't accept it. So I put it back in, it dropped back out. I put it back in, it dropped back out. So I was getting frustrated. So I took a look at it to see, I figured, okay, there must be some kind of, gash on it or a defect or something where the machine just can't recognize the coin. So first, here is what just like a 10 yen coin looks like. This one is from just last year. So here you go. You can see here on the top it says Japan, and then on the bottom 10 yen. And on the back you can see this big 10. And then the text on the bottom there says Reiwa 5, or the fifth year of Reiwa. And what that means is in Japan, there are basically two calendars. There's just the standard, Gregorian calendar that everybody uses. That's pretty much an international standard. And then they have their own traditional calendar, which is based around these eras that encompass a given emperor's reign. So Reiwa 5 is the current era. It means that the current emperor has been reigning for 5 years, right? So we are now 2024 is the sixth year of Reiwa. And so this nothing special coin is from the fifth year of Reiwa, which was last year, right? So anyway, I was looking at the coin, just okay, well there must be some kind of defect or some grime or something on it that's just preventing. So this is the coin that kept dropping out, okay? And as you can see, it's more or less the same on the front because the design is the same and things like that. And then on the back, it looks the same as well, or more or less the same. It's actually slightly different. But on the bottom there, it actually says Showa 29. Now, Showa 29 corresponds to 1954. So, amazingly enough, I had I mean, it's not amazing, but it's pretty cool. Like I had a 10 yen coin it's from 1954, and basically the reason the machine was not accepting this coin is because the design is slightly different. It's almost the same, but for example, and I don't know anything about coins, so I had to kind of research it. But as you can see on the end, it has the ridged end. So I learned that whereas like most, 10 yen coins now and for a very long time have had this smooth edge that's slightly thicker. So that's basically the reason it's a thinner coin with the ridged edge, even though it's a 10 yen coin. So that's why the machine wasn't accepting it. So it was kind of the machine was like, "You idiot. You have a 10 yen coin from 1954. This is pretty cool. Don't put it in me, keep it." So I did. Pretty cool. So my brief sort of research about this coin from 1951 to 1958, these coins had a ridged edge, which I don't think is the proper terminology, but again, I don't know anything about coins. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep this coin. I'm not gonna sell it or anything. I looked around, sold listings, things like that. I think so. Basically, I think this coin is maybe worth about $5, which is pretty cool. A 10 yen coin worth $5, and I just had it on me. So Showa 29, like I said, that's 1954. Showa corresponds to the reign of the Japanese emperor that you're probably most familiar with, if not the only Japanese emperor you're familiar with, which is Hirohito, right? The World War II emperor, um, who reigned decades after the war, into, I believe, 1989 was when he died. Um, and the current era, the emperor now is his grandson. His father, the previous emperor, is still alive, but he abdicated because he was just like, I'm too old. So anyway, so that's my fun coin story. So anyway, maybe this is like my lucky coin, because I went to my LCS and I was really thrilled to find they got in all these like really nice 90s packs, like mid late 90s stuff. Um, so like pretty good stuff. For example, they had 97 finest, uh, uh 97, 98 Skybox Metal Universe. They like just actually like pretty nice stuff. So I was very pleasantly surprised, like I said. Now with Metal Universe, I have the entire 98 set. So I got one pack just so I could keep it sealed. So here's my uh, hobby pack of 98 Metal Universe, and these are hobby packs, so you can get like precious metal gems in these and stuff, pretty nuts. I was tempted to buy some of the 98 packs, even though I have the entire base set, just because I wanted to find a PMG or something, but I was just like, that's all right. But I got a few of the 97 packs, because I didn't really have a lot of the 97 cards. So I ripped a few of those, and even the base cards of if you've never seen these Metal Universe cards up close, and kind of you've never really actually seen these cards, which I think is very possible, right? I just want to show you some of these because these are just the base cards, and these things are crazy nice. So this is the 97 of Barry Bonds. Now, as you can see, look at this card, man, with just all that like texturing and kind of like, I guess, like Dufex. Or now, I guess at the time, Skybox, which I believe is a Fleer brand, was, I guess, owned by Marvel. And so they did these really creative, fun, kind of wacky sci-fi, almost like comic book inspired sets. So here's like Barry Bonds with like metal arms. Um, just check that card out. I got Trevor Hoffman, and all of these cards have unique backgrounds. So they put the player in like a unique artistic background, kind of a sci-fi comic inspired background. And oftentimes you'll see they're kind of like interacting with the background, or so like here's like Ricky Henderson in like a space helmet running from like a kraken. Just really awesome stuff. Um, yeah, I can't tell you. Like a 98 Metal Universe is one of my favorite sets of all time, but seeing these cards, 97 has definitely got to be. It's just as good. So here's like Rondell White, but he's like parachuting into a alien world. And this one is actually the image on the pack and the box. At that time, A-Rod was kind of the poster boy of Skybox. So here's the A-Rod. I was happy to pull the A-Rod, because yeah, this one is like the image on the box. A-Rod sort of, I don't know, fighting a robot or something. Um, and then a pretty cool image here of Jeff Bagwell in like a lightning storm at sea. Um, got Mike Piazza with big metal arms. He looks like what's that guy? The character from Mortal Kombat with the metal arm, Jax. And then I got the Frank Thomas fighting off aliens. And a Tom Glavine. I realize I'm showing you guys a lot of these, but they're just so neat. You gotta check these cards out. Tom Glavine in like an icy cavern. And then this one is really striking. Check out the Cal Ripken. It's like this giant alien hand trying to grab him. Anyway. Okay, so then, oh, and I did pull one pretty scarce insert from not like one of the like really, really rare ones, but you know, the late 90s, mid late 90s, it was all about like the rare inserts. I got this A-Rod magnetic field. So I think this was, I checked Baseball Cardpedia. I think it was like 1 in 40 packs. These magnetic field cards, which highlight defensive prowess, right? So, and then I also picked up a couple packs of 1997 Finest. Um, so like I said, just really, really, they've got some fire in it. My LCS, it's like not very common. Maybe it was like I said, it was my lucky coin, I guess. So here are some highlights. I got a couple finest packs. So here's Blue Chips Bartolo Colon. Bartolo Colon, what can you say about Big Sexy? Now the cool thing about this is a prospect card of Bartolo Colon. And you know, they're talking about, it says only 22 Cologne could be in the rotation in 1997 and for years to come. And you know, 250 wins and 250 teams later, Cologne, Big Sexy did have quite a career. So, and then I got this Competitors Chipper Jones. This is the bronze. So these 97 finest cards came in bronze, silver, and gold, and then refractors of those three versions. And actually, another interesting feature about these, if you didn't know, they actually list sort of like, you can probably read it there. It says common. So these came in common, uncommon, and rare. And I believe for the base cards, the bronze were common, the silvers uncommon, and then the rares, or the golds, were rare. Uh, so here is a bronze Masters of Roger Clemens. And of course, these cards all had the like card protection on them. I was going to make a dirty joke. I'm not going to make that joke. Although I kind of tacitly made that joke by saying I was going to make the dirty joke. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So here's an example of one of the silvers. This is a Silvers Competitors of Andrew Jones. Awesome card because this is actually a second year card of Andrew Jones. So, and this is listed uncommon on the back. And then the best pull from the finest packs was I got this gold Masters of Randy Johnson. Now it's not the refractor, but it's still listed as rare. So this is the gold, and I guess I'll pull the Clemens back up so you can kind of see the difference right between the bronze and the gold. So I got the gold Masters of Randy Johnson listed rare on the back there. So, okay, as always, thanks for watching. Peace.